This is Sam Spencer. It's my pleasure to be joined now by Congressman Mike Michaud. Congressman, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me here.
What does a congressman do during a convention? How have you been spending your time?
Actually, meeting with the Maine delegation, which is always a great pleasure talking to folks from Maine, but also my colleagues from around the country, and people from around the country get to talk to them of what's important to them and what they see that this Democratic convention means to them in their home states.
How many Democratic conventions have you been to?
Actually, this is my second Democratic convention I've been to.
Really? Only your second
Yes.
convention? And you are supporting Obama. You endorsed him several months ago.
Yes.
Why did you decide to support Senator Obama?
Well, actually, Senator Obama is, a leader, and actually at the time I supported Senator Edwards at first, and then I stayed neutral. And Senator Obama is the presumptive leader nominee for the party, and I think it's important for the Democratic Party to unite behind our nominee if we're going to win back the White House.
Congressman, you are a leader in the House on trade issues, and you have a trade working group which has been worked with the various presidential candidates on that issue. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, the trade working group actually is a bipartisan working group, although we do not have too many Republicans. But we sat down with both Senator Clinton for over an hour and a half to talk on trade issues, globalization, and on a telephone conference with Senator Obama for over an hour and 20 minutes. It was a very good conversation. We got a lot of our questions answered, and Senator Obama committed to the trade working group that before he moves ahead on trade policy, he would talk to our group so he can get our input of how important trade is, what it means to not only individual states but also to this country and the world, quite frankly.
And what did you think of Hillary Clinton's speech last night?
I thought she did an excellent job. She definitely is a true leader. She's wants this party to unite behind Senator Obama, and I think her speech definitely presented that viewpoint, and look forward to working with Senator Clinton in the Senate. She definitely will be on the campaign trail to try to get her supporters and others to get behind Senator Obama, which is very important for a united party.
Finally, Congressman, the entire time you've been in Congress, George Bush has been president. How do you think life in Washington, life in the Congress, and the country itself will be different when Senator Obama is president?
It'll be definitely improved. Under President Bush's leadership, he's had a failed foreign policy, a failed economic policy here at home, and what he's leaving the next administration for problem is just unbelievable. With a budgetary deficit over $9.2 trillion, we have the largest trade deficit in our history. We have a war in Iraq and Afghanistan. We have an economy that's in the ditch, and we definitely will have to work very closely with Senator Obama when he becomes president to really turn this ship around. It's not going to happen overnight. My only concern is that the American people will expect that we'll be able to change things overnight, and that's not going to happen. It's going to take time, but with a president who's willing and who's open, who has the leadership capabilities, we'll be able to get it turned around.
Do you think the second district is solid for Obama, or could McCain win the second district?
I think the second district definitely has to, take a lot of work. If you look at the news that we received earlier this week, with the Cotard paper shutting down the Millinocket mill on September 2nd, the Otis mill in Jay shutting down one of their paper machines. The second district has definitely been hit hard economically because of loss of jobs, and a lot of those jobs because of our failed trade policy. It's not going to be an easy win for Senator Obama, but I think with a concerted effort of individuals who want to see a change in direction, that he'll definitely be able to win. We were able to win the second district for the Kerry Edwards ticket last time around, and I'm confident with a lot of work and effort we'll be able to do the same thing this time around.
What's the speech you're working on right now?
Actually, I'm speaking to a group of different labor organizations this morning about trade and the importance that the labor movement has in this upcoming election. when Labor was united behind my candidacy, we were able to win. And in some towns in the six-way Democratic primary, we got over 90% of the vote in the six-way primary. That's because Labor was united behind a candidate that they believed in. I think it's very important for Labor to do the same thing in this presidential election, because there's so much at stake in this election. It's not only about policies, about who the next president will put on the bench. And it's going to be extremely important that we make sure that we have the judges nominated and confirmed on the bench that will look at the Constitution and not interpret it in a real conservative manner in which some of the judges that President Bush has put on the bench.
Congressman Michaud, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.